From interesting news about how Facebook became one of the biggest social medias to unbelievable offers he's turned down. Here are 10 things you should know about Mark Zuckerberg. Hey guys, this is your host, American Eye. But first, we'd like to give a quick shout out to this person who left a comment on the right answer during last week's trivia. Stick around for this week's, and maybe we'll feature you. Number 10. Mark Zuckerberg's net worth. His net worth was estimated at roughly $61 billion at the beginning of the year, making him the 6th wealthiest person on the face of the planet. But that's all changed now when the price of Facebook stock plummeted in July recently. He still got $42.3 billion in any case after losing an estimated $18.8 billion overnight. Facebook shares fell 16%, and he's only estimated to be the 8th wealthiest person on the face of the planet now. Although he's still got plenty of cash in the bank, you have to wonder what it would have felt like to lose that kind of money in such a short period of time. The stock has seen slow but pretty steady increase after the plunge, but it's hard to predict what the next scandal of his company will be. He owns a $7 million estate in Palo Alto, which uses artificial intelligence. One of his more controversial expenditures was when he spent $100 million on properties and filed lawsuits against Native Hawaiians who showed interest in owning pieces of land here. Others also didn't like the fact that the property was a former sugar plantation. Number 9. Mental health risks. Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg have recently acknowledged that Facebook can have mental health impacts on their users. The media has also been bringing to light more red flags about this company. The programmers have admitted to using similar features as Las Vegas slot machines in order to make their website as addictive as possible. They've admitted that the likes that show up in your notifications are meant to be spread out during a longer period of time. This means if you update a new profile photo, they control at what time someone else might view your profile. This spreads out the time of the likes you get, maybe making you come back to their site more often. Social media has been known to create a rush of dopamine, and anything that usually causes that is either illegal or has some kind of age restriction. Many people have felt depression after comparing their lives to other lives who are just briefly displayed online. The truth is, people don't always look that great 24/7, and with a plethora of filters out there nowadays, we don't know what we're looking at. We're only seeing a photo that's from the right angle and with the right lighting, so don't let it bring you down. Number 8. $1 Salary Club. If you had to take a wild guess on The Price is Right, what exactly would you say Mark Zuckerberg's annual salary actually is? If you decide to estimate $1, then come on down, because the price is right. When you're already worth billions, you typically got enough money for generations to come, and the money you would normally take for a salary can go towards expanding the business. Mark Zuckerberg is now the lowest paid worker at Facebook after previously taking $770,000 as his annual salary. Mark is by no means the only CEO of a big company that only takes a measly $1 a year. The list includes Elon Musk, Larry Page, Eric Schmidt, Mitt Romney, and others who got enough to settle down for a while. This is mainly done to ensure investors that their money is going to the right cause. Number 7. Zuckerberg's wife. Zuckerberg was a critic of the movie Social Network because it made him seem like he only created Facebook to get chicks. But in the end, he met his wife Priscilla Chan while she was attending Harvard Medical School at a frat party while waiting in line to use the bathroom. It's not exactly what his pickup line was, but he clearly wanted to send her a girlfriend request. While they began to live together, his wife made him sign a user agreement which stated that he must take her out on at least one date per week and a minimum of 100 minutes alone time in their apartment. Mark agreed to accept the terms and conditions of the relationship agreements, and they had a wedding in their backyard in one of Mark's mansions. Rumor has it that sushi and Mexican food were served as the main course. He received some heat from the press after he only gave her a $25,000 ring, despite him being worth about $19 billion at that time. Number 6. Facemash. Facebook wasn't the first website he came up with. Back during his college days, he came up with a website called Facemash, which doesn't seem to be running any longer. It was basically a very materialistic site where you would see 2 photos of girls from Harvard dorm rooms, and then you would decide which one looks better. He launched the site from his dorm room, but not after long, it was shut down due to privacy and security concerns. Mark had even considered hacking into the university server and to download photos without consent. He was allowed to stay in school, but he had to issue an official apology. Many still believe the concept behind Facebook is basically the same, but you just have to read between the lines. He claims it was nothing more than a prank website and wasn't intended to cause such a fuss. Not too long after, a site called Hot or Not opened up, which basically goes along the same premises. You can also mysteriously sign in with your Facebook profile. Number 5. Shady Deals. During the 2016 presidential election, many of us might have been a little bit confused by the results. Maybe the winner had a little bit of a trick up his sleeve? Facebook sold a lot of data to the presidential campaign and gained access to more than 87 million Facebook accounts in the process. The firm Cambridge Analytica offers various tools and information for presidential campaigns to help sway voters. Ads were also placed on people's timelines who seemed to be opposed to Trump or seemed a little bit undecided. Many had thought that Facebook was hacked or something, but the truth was that they were selling this data. The political firm denied all accusations at first, but were forced to fess up after mounting evidence against Mark Zuckerberg. He had to appear before court to answer some questions too. He even claimed that his own data was accessed by Cambridge Analytica. It's still pretty crazy though, how one man with a giant tech industry can have power to influence our elections. The Honest Ads Act now makes social media platforms inform users about the source of the political ad funding. What other shady deals are these tech companies up to? Number 4. Why Facebook is blue. Facebook is not just blue because it's sad. You probably never really thought about it before, but it turns out the reason Facebook is mainly blue is because Mark Zuckerberg is actually colorblind. According to the New Yorker, Mark Zuckerberg is actually red-green colorblind, but he can see the color blue. No other color quite like blue can be seen on his website, and it dominates the app as well. He claims that blue is actually the richest color for him, and the Christmas colors come out a little bit gray. Could there have been some kind of malfunction while creating this robot or what? Number 3. His dog. With all the privacy concerns aside, Mark Zuckerberg is a proud owner of a dog named Beast. He's a Poli or Hungarian sheepdog, and he's got his own Facebook page with over 2.7 million followers and likes. You can see videos of him dancing, you can see Mark Zuckerberg's wife taking him for a walk, or see the dog doing some other cool tricks. It has quite a bit of fur and a unique Rastafarian look to them. They're known to be very energetic and can't achieve their dreadlock look until 4 years after birth. However, the Facebook page hasn't uploaded a photo of the beast since 2016, making you wonder what might have happened to him. Did he get kidnapped by the Russian hackers possibly? Who knows? If anyone knows the whereabouts of the beast, please let us know he's safe in the comment section. Number 2. Not for sale. Can you imagine creating a website and turning down $1 billion? He's made unbelievable choices, turned down countless offers, and it almost didn't even seem like he cared about the money. When Facebook was known as thefacebook.com, just 4 months after it was launched, he turned down a $10 million deal from a wealthy New York City financier. The offer from the man Kirkpatrick, Zuckerberg didn't think the offer was very serious, and you could tell he had an immense confidence for this new website. Another bidder came from the website known as Friendster, which was turned down about 3 years later. A company known as Viacom came out of nowhere and offered the young entrepreneur $75 million with $35 million right on the spot. That was also turned down. Viacom was turned down again and offered $1.5 million in cash, also turned down by Mark Zuckerberg. They wanted a bigger upfront payment, but he nearly sold out. In 2006, Yahoo tried to get their hands on Facebook and offered $1 billion from the executives over there. Microsoft purchased 1.6% of Facebook for $250 million, and that's about as close as anyone ever got. The price that Facebook is currently worth right now is rapidly changing, but at its highest peak, about $82 billion was the estimate. And number 1, the worst dressed man. In 2011, an article was released about the worst dressed men in the Silicon Valley, and guess who made the list? Mark Zuckerberg seems to like keeping it simple and wearing something casual over a suit and tie. He's often spotted in a very casual manner, basically something you would wear if you just woke up. Hoodies and jeans are his thing, and one of his gray shirts started gaining a little bit of notoriety since it seemed like it was the only thing he was wearing. He claims that it's not true, and he has multiple versions of that shirt. He also states that he has 1 billion people to serve, and that he feels like he's not doing his job if any of his energy gets put on other things. This way, he can dedicate all of his energy into providing excellent products and services for around the world. Alright, so you guys ready for this week's trivia about Mark Zuckerberg? If you're the first to get this answer right, we'll feature you in an upcoming video. Can you guys actually name the twins who sued Mark Zuckerberg during their college years in Harvard? They thought Mark Zuckerberg actually took their idea. Can you believe that? If you think you know the answer, be sure to drop a comment down below, and if you get it right first, we'll feature you in an upcoming video.